What's up, everybody? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and guess what? We're moving right along with the Tourist District free roam for LEGO The Incredibles. That's right, we've got some more characters that we're going to unlock here, as well as a whole bunch of Incredibricks, and we're going to get those family builds done and make our way all the way through this Tourist District. All right, first up, we use the fast travel, actually, to get here, so it's going to dump us out right next to this big, kind of like convention center type place. And hey, quick reminder, we do have some quick links down below in the video description if you're looking for a specific item. But meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and kick off the Tourist District specific challenge, which happens to be the Telescope Tour. And although we spawn right here, kind of in the central area, we're going to go to the northeast corner under the bridge where there's no collectibles, but psych, there is actually a collectible. We've got the first of 5 telescopes that we're going to smash some piles of rubble and rebuild them into a telescopal. Something like that. Anyhow, smash, bang, boom, whichever you prefer to do here. I'm struggling miserably, though. Butt slam for the win here. We're going to go ahead and rebuild that up into the first telescope. Now, I have to be honest, it does look a little Wall-E-esque. You know what I mean? Go look at that. Doesn't it look a little bit like Wall-E? But, all right, so all 5 of these telescopes are scattered throughout the water side. So basically, you start in the northeast corner and work your way all the way down and around, and you should find all of them. We're going to show you where they all are right now, and of course, we do have those quick links down below. So if you've already got this one, go ahead and click number 3, 4, and 5, and make sure you got all them. And once you do, you're going to actually unlock Hot Dog Guy. And, of course, there's lots of studs around here, too, so you know us. Got to get them all, got to get them all. Now, I am targeting this Incredibrick way out on the pier, and if I remember right, I've actually targeted the wrong pier, and it's not even, it's not even where the next one is. So there is an Incredibrick out there, and we will return for this guy here in a second, but I'm going to keep on keeping on and make my way to the next little edge over here, because that's where the next one is, over on the pier. Psych, it's actually right here. All right, so this guy's down kind of in the southwest corner, but, you know, I guess the pier that we're going to next could be considered more of the west side of the tourist district, even though it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to say, but we're going to go ahead and target this Incredibrick. Look at me, I am struggling to actually get it where I want, but I finally get it, and I stay right along the edge here, just to kind of follow along and make sure I don't miss anything, but as it turns out, I am not going to miss a thing. It's right here. We'll go ahead and drop down. Went a little too far. Had to hit the air brakes. And there we go. Look at that. It looks like a skateboard deck, ping pong table. I don't know. Paddle, not a table. But regardless, we got some buildable bricks that give us the 4th of 5 of those telescopes. Now, you see that green slime down there? That is going to be a problem here in a little bit, and good thing we take care of it. However, we mess up on a race, and it costs us dearly. Hey, look at this. We've got the last one right here, and there's an ambient crime happening in the background. So it's kind of like a double, or I guess kind of like a triple whammy here, because we're going to finish this challenge, get a hot dog character. We're going to get the ambient crime, and right there is another gold brick. So works out rather nicely for us. And look, Hot Dog Guy seems to be getting an appearance in all the movies and games these days. He's kind of like, we have a little Hamlet, too, the little piggy that's always making an appearance in cutscenes and I guess in the actual levels now too. We're getting to see some other Easter eggs there. Hot Dog Guy, and who else do we get to? Oh, Banana Suit Guy is also wildly popular. All right, now, I've included those ambient crimes in no specific order. You can farm those, but I just figure it's important to know that as you see the red dots on your map as you scatter around, make sure you get those, because then you won't have to spend extra time farming later. Now, there are a couple of different versions of those challenges. There's the Breakin' Baddies, and there's one other one, too. I can't think of the name right now, but, just go ahead and make sure that you're, looking for the 1 dot and 3 dots all at the same, because they're both different types of crimes, and you're going to need to get at least 10 of each. All right, next up, we got a gold brick up on top of the roof. Both the gold bricks we found so far have been just kind of hiding within, actual structures. Like the first one was within a car. That one was in some sort of a air conditioning duct. And we smashed and grabbed. I don't usually recommend that method, but in this game, it works very nicely. And hey, look at that. I dropped right down on top of that one. I actually did not plan that, I swear. But, yeah, we're just going to go around and grab most of the Incredibricks kind of in a clockwork-like fashion here, and eventually we'll make our way back. Oh, ambient crime, whoop, whoop. whoop. You can see that guy running, and we're going to go ahead and thwart his plans to get away with the money. And in this case, my best recommendation for these is try to bend the corners. And what I mean by that is he's going to stay on a specific pathway, usually along the sidewalk. Cut the corner, beat him to that next side, and hopefully you guess right, because he could go any direction, really. But all right, I got an ambient crime, one more in my rear view, and I'm going to grab another Incredibrick. So you may have grabbed this one when you were doing the telescope tour earlier, but I was trying to be quite specific and only get those along my journey there. And I don't know how you guys feel about that. I try to separate all the collectibles rather than like doubling down. Every once in a while we have to, but, you know, I figure it's best to keep them separate. Or would you guys rather see them all stacked up? Let me know down below in the comments. You know, I haven't been asking you guys for much of your feedback in this game. And, you know, that's important. Let us know what you would like to see. Now, by the time you give us feedback, it's quite possible we'll be done with this project. However, for future reference, it's always good to know what you guys like to see, because it's all about you guys and how you like to see it. Now, we can't please everybody. Some of you are going to like one way and some of you are going to like the other, but whatever the vast majority goes with, we'll usually stick with. Now, hey, we've got an Incredibrick underwater. We're going to go ahead and use Violet to use her psionic sphere, which is oh so awesome. But there are other characters that can go underwater as well. If you've already unlocked Dory, she is a character that would be nice and easy. Also good for the underwater races. It also will yield you a trophy achievement if you got her. But we don't have her quite yet. She's coming up. Don't worry. One of the Pixar builds in a future area. Look at that. We got another Incredibrick just hiding out there. It's not really hiding. It's just kind of hanging out, waiting to be picked up, just like this next gold brick. Oh, ambient crime. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, I didn't mark all of these because some of these kind of happen as I target the next gold brick or whatever, and this happens. And like I said, I figure while they're happening right in front of us, like this one was a little bit out of my way. Oh, come on, Brian, I missed that purple. But look, it was really easy. It took me, an extra 15 seconds or less to nail it, and it's going to be a lot better and easier than trying to farm those at a later date. This one was actually quite crafty. Look at this. It's on the side of the building. And luckily for us, we do have a flying character. Now, if you've been following along, you probably know we've already completed the story and the crime waves, and that's given us a whole bunch of characters and abilities. And the ones that we didn't have from completing that, we actually created over at Edna Modes. That's right. And yeah, so what do you guys think about this free roam? Is it too easy or is it just easy enough? Now, I know some of the races are often really difficult or just completely too easy. And like this next one right here, this quest kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop. So much, in fact, that I had to do an edit because I didn't want to waste your time. Now, I knew that there was some Violet-like bricks locally here, but there doesn't happen to be enough. Now, I had kind of this weird display glitch, too, of my meter not displaying completely. So, anyways, there are 3 piles, as there always is, of violet bricks, and it took me a minute to find the other 2. Now, one is right there next to the gold statue, and here's what I mean by the display glitch. Like, look, I have destroyed this, and I've rolled over all, and I've actually gathered more bricks, but it's not showing me my meter. Only when I get close to the actual objective does it show that. So maybe that was a developmental decision that was made, and they decided to do it that way, but anyhow, they're both pretty close to where we are needing to do this, but one's on the left, one's on the right. Pretty simple. Once you get them all, go ahead and do the master build here. It's going to build up this giant robot batter, I guess, and he's going to swing bada and knock the block off that gold statue, giving us our gold brick. All right, next up we got a family build, which happens to be the Pixar build, and it's going to unlock the Woody character token. That's right, we get a little Toy Story moment here, and first you got to complete the Pixar build, which is going to require 5 of those Incredibricks, but luckily for us, we are ahead of the game, and we've got plenty. So get your spam on, complete her them meters, and see what happens. I kind of messed this one up as I started with Violet somehow. I'm not sure how that worked out, but I did. And up, and away we go. Fill them all up. Yay. All right. So we're going to build. Oh, wait for it. What's it going to be? It's got to be Toy Story themed. Oh, look at this. It's Pizza Planet. I knew what it was. I just didn't want to spoil it for you. Now, this next part, we actually unlock a character. Woody, as I already mentioned, and he looks a little different. You know, Reese has a Toy Story Lego set from way back in the day. He got gifted from some super cool people from, I think his 5th birthday or something like that. And, you know, the Woody looks a little different in this game than the Woody we have around here. His head's not as stretched out. It just doesn't look quite like the original Woody from the, the movie, and I guess the cartoon, whatever you want to call it. But, all right, we're going to go ahead and select Woody, as we're going to need his grapple or lasso ability here in a second. And but it turns out it's not in here. We gotta figure out a way to operate the claw. That's right. Don't be fooled. There's all those little aliens right there inside and the claw up top. And we're going to try to get that red brick, as it is the stud magnet red brick. Now, right around back of Pizza Planet, you might have noticed there is now a giant rocket here. And, oh, look at that. There's a handle on the bottom of it. So go ahead and use your lasso to go ahead and grapple that bad boy, rip it on down, and, of course, take it back to where that blue arrow be pointing. And look at that. We'll go ahead and spin to win. Oh, yeah. And it'll use the claw. All right, we've got the stud magnet red brick now, so we can go ahead and get those extra studs with less effort. Now, pretty much every stud we run by, once we activate that, should get picked up. Now, it takes me a minute. I saw an ambient crime in the distance, and I figured Woody has got a duty to do. And we look at that. We've returned the money and another ambient crime in our rear view mirror. Now, I switch back over to Syndrome, as he is quite easy to get everywhere because he can fly. And I'm going to move along to the next collectible, which happens to be a gold brick right on top of this building here. And look at that. I landed right on top of that one, too. It's right on the chimney, though. So, all right. Next up, we've got another gold brick. It happens to be right down here on top of the main. I don't know what this is. Some sort of it's like a convention center, as I mentioned earlier. I'm sure there's a name for it. Oh, there it is. The Municiberg Stadium. Ha-ha. I guess if I pay attention, I will figure things out. Next up, Incredibrick on the South Pier. So go right on down here. We were here once earlier, sort of, and it's kind of funny. This one's hiding. It's actually behind that little barrier over there on the far end. There it is. I see it with the camera, but I missed it at first, and there we go. And hey, check this out. We're going to go ahead and take a little flying lesson real quick, too. Don't worry, I won't waste too much of your time. I was just curious as to how this worked, if we could actually fly this bad boy, or if it was just here for looks. And you can fly it. Now, again, we can already fly with Syndrome, so no real need for this. But this gets a little dangerous as I hop out and then switch characters. So it looks like one character got chopped up by the blades, while the other one got squished by the actual chopper. Anyhow, they both got chopped. And Incredibrick is hanging out on the side of the water over here. Just go ahead and drop on down. Dip your feet on in. The water's just fine. Got a bluesy right around the corner, toozy. Don't forget to snaggle that one up. And, oh, we got ourselves a gold brick right on the side here. I guess it's going to be underwater, perhaps? I thought maybe if I smash that, it'll be there, but no such luck. We're going to need to go down under again, so choose your favorite character with the dive ability. And go ahead and sneak on down to the underside. Ooh, this one is, oh, it's in a glowing box. Kind of hard to miss as long as you find your way underwater. And look at that. Smash and grab. Gold brick number 9 is officially ours. Ooh, and moving right along to Incredibrick number 9. Now, again, these are in no specific order. And keep in mind, too, that we completed the crime wave, which gave us a gold brick or 2, as well as the story, which some of the story elements kind of progressed through these areas and often gave us a gold brick as well. You know, kind of the tutorial-based, this is where you go, how you do things. And anyway, so, so this free roam was a little bit confusing, but not too bad compared to others. You know, like the Lego Ninjago movie, that one was the worst because it combined free play and free roam, and it was hard to kind of differentiate the two because we've had that long-standing formula of separating those two and them being very different. But anyhow. Now, keep in mind, this little sludge pile here it's going to give us a bunch of studs. So that's the first reward you get. Here in a minute, though, we have a foot race that we're going to use Dash with, and we come right through here. So it's handy to have that gone, and it will respawn after a certain amount of time. I don't know how long that time frame is, but it is recommended that, if you're failing the race, that you go ahead and remove that green slime because it'll give you more of a straight pattern, straight pathway right to the finish line as opposed to having to run around, which is going to cause, a little bit of a time, a little extra time, as well as, you may make a mistake when you turn hard because the turning's a little bit wonkadoo. Maybe not for you, but it is for me. All right, hey, we got ourselves a Ferris wheel here. This is kind of like Pixar Pier over at Disneyland in California now. Now, we missed out on that. It was called something else when we were there. I can't remember, but Yes, they have remodeled it since then, and there's all sorts of awesomeness out there. Now, hey, we've got one Incredibrick left, and then, of course, we've got a couple of races, and that's going to wrap things up. Now, I already mentioned, as I fail and run into everything possible here, I already mentioned that there's a couple of races. I actually struggled really bad with the foot race. And I used dash, and I kept getting, like, just barely under that gold, like half a second or less. And so if you find yourself getting second place or whatever, don't fear. There is actually a little bit of a reward for getting second place. If you get third, if you get that bronze, not so much. But the silver is a trophy achievement that is available. And we're going to do a separate video for that. And I've actually edited all that out. But just let it be known that I did fail that miserably. So it took me, what, 4, maybe 5 attempts. And really, the first time I made a mistake, and I don't remember what happened. I think I got stuck, like the car right there. I mean, sometimes the cars just find their way right in front of you and slow you down. So there's a little bit of unpredictableness that you can't avoid. Some of it too, like right there, I missed the boinger, and my counterpart, the AI player, did not miss. I should have just switched characters in midair, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad, but. Anyhow, like right here, see, I got to go around that because this was like my 5th try and it had respawned. But I think this has got to be the one. Oh, there's ambient crimes everywhere. Don't get distracted with those. Oh, one last one. This is tough, too, because you can actually fall off the backside of the roof. That was one of the times I had to replay it once because of that. Once I made it all the way into the air, and I literally was like 55.01 or 02 or something. It was terrible, but stick with it. I promise you'll get it. Once you do, you'll get that gold brick. And if you get second place, like I said, there's that trophy achievement. I don't remember what it's called. I should have wrote that down on my notes. But we will have another video for that. And really, that's going to be kind of like a bonus or cleanup trophy achievement video, as most of you will likely have no problem getting that. Or maybe you already got it accidentally. All right, last but not least, we've got one more race. Oh, God, look at me. Got to get them all. Got to get them all. I saw that blue as I was flying over, and then I tried to get it, and I missed it. There's no way I was going to totally, like, waste that time and not get it, so I had to go back and get it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Violet, underwater. Let's do it. All right, this is always funny, too. The angle of how you select the psionic sphere is very important. So if you're struggling while underwater, make sure you flip the angle so you're looking down at her. That may not make any sense to you, but if you move the camera around, you'll eventually figure it out. All right, here we go. This one didn't take me but one try, and I just kept telling myself, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. And I would imagine Dory is a little bit faster and easier to control. If you got her, I would use her. And again, there is a bonus trophy achievement for using Dory in one of the races. And it's my understanding that you can come back to any of these at any time and use her too. So if you're like us and you haven't quite unlocked her yet, don't worry. There should be more opportunities for you. That'd be the worst, though, if you got all the races done and then unlocked her and then found out they were done. You couldn't redo them. But I'm sure you can. They're there. I know they are there. All right, we're coming in for the home stretch. It looks like there's an ambient crime going on either above us or below us. Oh, and this was pretty cool. Check this out. Woo-hoo! I was wondering what these stud rings were for as I was getting that Incredibrick earlier on top of that building there. But as it turns out, it's all related to that race. And boy, I did pretty good. Pretty good. Now, all right, here is a little catch here. So I'm leaving. I'm getting out of the water here. And at any point, I could have just gone straight to the map and looked at it. But I noticed that I was right over here on the edge by where this ambient crime happens, where the 3 baddies are there. So because I'm a little short on those, I'm going to go ahead and do one more of these. Again, this is kind of farming right here. But the old breaking baddies, I need some more of them, so I figured I'd knock one of those out. And besides, look at that. There's a purple here, too, where that gold one was. All right, hey, let's check it out. We got 16, 16, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, and we are good to go. Now, that 1, 1 at the end there, the old handcuffs, that's for the crime wave, just in case you were wondering. But, hey, that's going to wrap it up for LEGO The Incredibles Tourist District Free Roam. Hopefully, you guys found this video entertaining, maybe a wee bit helpful as well. This is all pretty easy stuff, but we got to get them done, As for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time, see ya!